Hey Scorpios, welcome to your love reading for October 2018. Happy birthday to you Scorpios who, like me, are born at the end of October. I know we're in Libra season, but there's some of the Scorpios in October. So let's go ahead and see what's in store for Scorpios in the month of October for love and figure it out. So, as I'm connecting with the energy, and maybe it's because I'm more sensitive because I'm a Scorpio as well, I'm feeling a little bit like gut punched, but not like in a negative way. It feels more to me like just like something coming up, something hitting you in the face, like this is it, this is here, feeling a little bit nervous. So I think some of you Scorpios, those of you with commitment issues, and those of you who maybe have been avoiding love, you may have a situation coming in where you're like, oh man, like, I don't know if I can avoid it anymore. Or, you know, like, is this it? Like, there might be some nervousness. I guess it's a good nervousness. But for some of you Scorpios, you're having to come out of your comfort zone. Because, like, maybe for some of you it's been safer to like be single, or like maybe you haven't really been actively looking for someone, and now all of a sudden, like, some of you are getting a little bit blindsided, like somebody's coming in and you're like, wow, not just somebody came in, this might be my person. So you have one little outcome card here that's like off camera, but of course obviously I'm going to show you. So let's jump right on in here. We have Knight of Pentacles. So those of you who have watched my readings before and Knight of Pentacles comes up around love, you've heard me say Knight of, you know, obviously this is Pentacles, so it can be work, it's money, but money is a physical manifestation or a physical measure of energy or time spent. So when it comes up in a love reading, for me, obviously, yeah, there's like the whole typical traditional thing of like, oh, you might meet somebody through work, or oh, you might start a business with your partner, and yeah, there's those like traditional things. But for me, when it comes up, it's also telling me there's a shifting or a changing of energy in your love department or in your love life. And what did I say? Some of you feel a little bit sucker punched here. Some of you feel a little bit taken off guard because like maybe you weren't looking to commit, or you weren't like ready to commit, or you didn't think it was going to happen. And here you have Knight of Pentacles coming up, and Knight of Pentacles is all about commitment. I mean, Knight of Pentacles is stability. Knight of Pentacles is like in it for the long haul. Like, they're going to do what needs to be done. They're going to think ahead at what problems may arise. They're going to be ready to handle it. So when you have Knight of Pentacles, like, some of you are really, I'm going to try not to say like so much, but I'm sorry. I am a California girl, even though I sound like I'm from the East Coast. But Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's going to be really trying very hard to see things through and to do a good job and to be honorable and to be stable. So for those of you who maybe haven't been so much looking for that right now, or you've had your attention on other things, some of you are really focused on that coin. Like, some of you have really been putting yourself in your business or in your work, in your career. You've been really focused on being independent and trying to establish a future for yourself or to improve your financial circumstances. And now all of a sudden, some of you are having a surprise here in the love department. So for some of you who are with a partner and it's been maybe kind of up and down for a while, this could mean that your partner's finally stepping it up and they're starting to put the effort, they're starting to put the energy. They may realize they're getting close to losing you, or they may be realizing that, you know, it's at a point now where they got to decide, are we going to do this or not? And they're like, well, I don't want to break up, so I'm going to really start, like, you know, trying to move forward because that's what I want to do and it's time for me to do it and I can't procrastinate anymore. But when you, like I said, have Knight of Pentacles coming up, like, this is the long haul. This is the long term. Now, you know, everyone's circumstance is going to be different. Every person is different. So it's not going to be the same exact circumstance for every single person. And those are, I think I've covered most of the different circumstances that might be coming up. Some of you might be meeting somebody through work. Some of you are dealing with an earth sign. So maybe some of you have somebody coming in and it's a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn who maybe is very focused on their work, and that might be getting on your nerves. So there's one more scenario that's a possibility that I hadn't thought of, but I think I've covered most of the bases there with the different ways that this card could apply for different ones of us. The way that it's manifesting is that somebody doesn't like what they're being offered. Like, it's, for some of you, like I'm saying, for some of you, it's a timing thing. For some of you, you might have been like, man, I want love and where's my person? But you've been keeping busy, and now that it's here, you're like, this is messing up my flow. Like, I had something figured out, now you're throwing something new in, and I don't even know how I'm going to process this. For other ones of you, maybe this person's very steady, very planning, very working very hard, and that might not be what you had anticipated. Maybe you kind of saw yourself falling for like this wild child or just a different type of person. For some of you, you're just annoyed that this person works a lot. You're just really annoyed that they're like really focused on their job or on their career. Some of you are sabotaging yourselves. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Some of you are so caught off guard by this relationship coming in or beginning to move forward or having this intense connection that you weren't anticipating, that you're starting to want to push it away. Like, you're like, I don't want to accept it, and it's just going to go wrong anyway, and things don't work out for me anyway, and you know, like, there's just things about myself I have to change first. There's things about my life I have to change first. And you may be really hard on yourself, and you may be pushing away this offer for some of you. So think long and hard. Think long and hard, because this is saying this is potential for something real here. Okay? Issues that you're not going to be able to get over that are coming up, and you have Knight of Swords, and I'm giggling here, I'm sorry. God, Scorpio. So you know, some of you, this person coming in, or maybe some of you Scorpios, you have air in your chart, so that could be like a personality factor that's coming in. You know, air signs are very much about communication and talking and like small talk and things like that. And us Scorpios, unless maybe you have air in your chart or in your signs, in your birth chart somewhere, we don't do small talk well. So some of you, it could be kind of a little bit of a clashing in that way that's happening, or that's like maybe it's challenging you, or you're having to get through just that initial stage of getting to know somebody. Obviously, it's not going to be small talk forever, but in the beginning, you know, there might be people that in the beginning, they just need to do the small talk until they can warm up to you. And we don't, you know, most of us Scorpios, we don't want to sit there and talk about the weather and talk about, you know, like celebrity gossip or whatever, but whatever it might be, we're not into the small talk, so that can be discomfort. But I think for a lot of people, what this card is saying is that there may be conflict here in opinion, especially for those of you Scorpios who've been single a long time and who've been handling your own, and you have somebody coming in and they're, wow, all this smoke is, I don't even know if you can see that, but all this smoke is like blowing over and it's like hitting me in the face. So there's a lot of confirmation coming in right now. For those of you Scorpios who've really handled things like, yeah, see, there you go, smoke, confirmation, handled things on your own for a really long time, or like you've been really independent, and now you have this person coming in and wanting to be helpful and wanting to be chivalrous and wanting to be a partner in life, and they see how hard you're working and they're wanting to, you know, like be there with you in it. They may have suggestions, or they may want to do things a certain way. Some of you maybe are tied in business with a loved one, with a partner. And so they may have all of these things that they want to see happen, or all of these ways in which they want to take action. And you're like, wait a minute. Like, that's not how I had planned it. That's not how I wanted to do it. And so there could be some arguments. There could be some disagreements, especially with those of you who are the stronger Scorpios and who have a hard time, you know, letting someone else come in and do things just because you worry that it's gonna not work out well, or you're just not used to giving someone that kind of power, or that, like, you know, trusting somebody to that degree with something that's so important to you. You know, we Scorpios, we're not typically the kind of people that just, you know, entrust ourselves completely to others very easily. And so you may have somebody coming in who's like really protective, not controlling, but really protective, and wanting to look out for you, and wanting to do things for you. And you know, some of you have the male-female dynamic where you're dealing with a male who really wants to be the head of the house, or wants to be the man and wear the pants. Not in a controlling 1950s jerk kind of way, but just like to be responsible. And we want that until it happens, and then we're like, okay, like, I'm a little bit scared. But like I said, I got very early on in the reading that for some of you, this is like coming out of your comfort zone, and like it's starting to get real. Like, it's just starting to get real, and having to be ready for it. This next card will tell us what's kind of helping you in the situation, or what kind of help will arise. And this is a card of confusion, but I'm going to say how this can be helpful. Seven of Cups could be you're confused because there's so many things to choose from. And obviously they're all pretty good things, right? Because then you wouldn't be confused. If it was, you know, 3 cups full of crap and 5 cups full of good stuff, I mean, you're not going to be as torn. Like, it's going to be easier to just any, mini, money, mo. But there's good things. But then, I don't know, like, this to me looks scary. This to me is healing. This is like, I don't know what to do with this. This is like maybe a mirror seeing yourself. So different aspects of this scenario or this relationship. So I feel whatever is happening in love, it's bringing a lot of stuff to the surface. And I always say with my friends and my family and my clients, there is nothing like love to bring your crazy out. Like, you could have done so much, you know, healing and clearing, and you might be on a really good level. And then, especially if you've been working on yourself and you've been taking time, and then somebody comes in that you really like, and you're like, oh, all right, well, there's the crazy I haven't worked through yet, or there's the intense feelings I haven't worked through yet. So what this is saying, what's going to help you is if you stop and just really, really think about your feelings, analyze your choices. For some of you, there's going to be some kind of research you're having to do. So maybe you're researching options, maybe you're researching like self-help books or things like that. So this is basically saying, if you can break it down one by one and see the good in the situation, it's not going to be as bad. You can remind yourself that, hey, maybe I'm confused right now, maybe I'm nervous, maybe I have a problem, but this is a pretty damn good problem to have, right? Like be thankful for it in that way, and come into it with a different energy. So let's check out the outcome card, Scorpio. 2 of Cups. So some of you are really getting over your fears, and you're letting this person in, you're giving this relationship a chance. I feel for a lot of you, what's making you very nervous is I'm hearing some of you kind of joking around, like laughing about it with your friends, that like, oh, if I could find like another me, I'd marry me in a second. And I'm just looking for the person who's going to be able to hold up their own, or to stand up to me, or who's going to, like, you know, be on my level. And not in a conceited way, not like in a way where like I'm so in love with myself that I want to marry myself. Not like that, but just because you've been through some stuff and you've handled a lot of stuff. And so some people maybe feel a little bit weak to you, or a little entitled, or just like they don't get it. And you've just been wanting to find somebody that's really connected with you and really in tune with your principles and your ethics and your philosophies and everything you've just kind of mastered in your life. You know, if you've been someone who's like been through some stuff and seen some stuff, it's really hard to be with somebody who maybe hasn't. And so I think for a lot of you, this person that's coming in is going to be someone who like you're feeling this equalness to. And again, I'm not saying it in a stuck up way, like where you go around thinking people are below you. I'm just saying that in the past, maybe it's been easy not to take certain relationships so seriously, or to not have the best outlook for them because you feel like, you know, this is someone who just, you guys aren't in the same, you aren't on the same page. And this is somebody that's coming in who is on the same page. Now, again, you know, for some of you, you could be dealing with a current love, like somebody that you're already with, or somebody that you've been with for a while, and they may be stepping it up. Like I said, they may just decide that they want to put that energy forward, and then you're having a more equal partnership. So for some of you, this is like a current relationship improving, right? For some of you, what's happening is, you know, you do have somebody that's stepping up, but there's still like disagreements with the Knight of Swords, and you may be confused, am I gonna break up with this person or not? And this is saying that you might decide that you're gonna stay with someone, right? So some of you are staying with someone, improving the relationship. This card could be like the positive resolution to a conflict, where after you reconcile, like after you make up, the relationship is even stronger than before the fight. So those of you who've been dealing with someone for a while and you aren't single, you know, this is going to be like a situation where your love life is improving or getting better, or you as a couple are growing together. I feel for some of you, either you're already dating this person, or you're going to meet this person. Some of you is somebody in the medical field, somebody who is a healer. And I feel that some of you are very naturally intuitive. I mean, Scorpios are a very intuitive sign, but some of you may be healers, and so you're attracting someone who's a healer in the more medical sense, in the more Western sense. You know, they might not be into energy healing or be an empath like you, or to your degree, but it just, I think for some of you, that's where the being on the same page is coming from, because you're a healer and you have someone coming in that you see heroic. Now, it may not be like a doctor. It could be like somebody who's a nurse. It could be someone that's doing something in the medical field, like supporting staff. It could be an EMT. It could be a paramedic. It could be all kinds of different situations or scenarios. But I think for some of you, you're dealing with someone who is very gentle and very noble and very different from what you're used to. Very, very different from what you're used to. And I think that's where a lot of the nervousness is coming from. It's like, what? Like, this person exists and they're here and they want me, you know? Like, you might be very tempted to push it away because you're like, yeah, buddy, you're not going to want me. But, you know, you're not giving yourself enough credit. You're not giving yourself enough, you're not believing in yourself enough, you know. There's something I heard sometime, and I'm gonna say it wrong, but it was like souls recognize, or people recognize each other by the soul before anything else. So there's some kind of soul connection happening here. There's some kind of soul magnetism happening here for a lot of you. Scorpio, I'm sorry to say, those of you who have resolved to be single might have a very hard time sticking to that promise to yourself, or not even promise, that decision. And some of you, as you're getting to know this person, you're gonna have like the confusion or the worry or the fear come out, or the crazy come out. And that's okay. It's coming out so that you can deal with it. It's coming out so that you can deal with it and you can have that strong, healthy relationship moving forward. I mean, this is a very promising, I mean, you've got Knight of Pentacles, which is, you know, steady, committed, you know, moving forward, long-term progress. You have Two Cups, you know, Two of Cups, you know, the romance, the emotion, the tenderness, the connection, the understanding, the communication. So I would say this is going to be a good month for love for a lot of Scorpios. Keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading. It's not going to be 100% for every single one of us. I mean, there's different factors, what's happening in our life, and where we're at. Make sure that you check out your moon sign and your rising sign. That might add some extra little layers, and you'll be able to take all the things that resonate with you and put it together, and then you may have more details that way. Or you may need a private reading, which I am more than happy to give you. I have readings starting as low as $5. So check out the description and the list and the prices, and reach out to me and let me know if you would like a private reading. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe and hit notification. Every single week I do a video for the week ahead, and I'll always pull a love card, and then that way you'll also get little more tidbits about love as the month progresses. And I do pick a card videos and all that good stuff. So subscribe so that you can get those videos. And AmethystAngelLight, Facebook and Instagram. I do a free card every single day. I do a free pick a card on there every single day. So, you know, keep in touch with me in between. And have fun. Enjoy your October, Scorpio. Till next time.